無益な戦いをするつもりはない。そのために得た力だ。
トルメンタル
ジャイアントスレシブロンブリーチブレイブソウルズ。
Alright, what is going on, you guys? This is your boy the Deathsmasher, and welcome back to yet another top 10 best characters to use for Extreme Co-op. Because if you guys did not know, this weekend Extreme Co-op is going to be coming back. Will last for like about a good week, and it still is relevant that you guys get to farming these editing brushes because of the new killer stickers that we have gotten into the game. You will definitely need them if you want to have an easier time in hard GQ, because that accessory alone with the Misanga and the pill makes such a big difference. Like, I can't even imagine it, and I'm still trying to get all of them, and I'm also running low on brushes too, so this is definitely a good time to pretty much be able to farm Extreme Co-op. And Extreme Co-op still matters at the end of the day, because you can get yourself accessory tickets, editing brushes, and of course small and medium scrolls. So if you happen to run out of Transcendent scrolls from Chronicle Quest shop, you can basically stack yourself up to even more of them. Now unfortunately it's not enough to get the units to level 10, but it's enough to at the very least get them to level 5, or if you happen to, let's say, have the unit at level 5 SP, you'll be able to get them to level 10 SP. That's the example that I'm putting up with. So anyways, this Extreme Co-op that is coming up is going to be tech boosted, and I have hand listed 15 characters that are going to be the MVPs for this coming Extreme Co-op, 5 of which are honorable mentions, and then 5 of which are the best melee characters, and 5 of which are the best range characters. So yeah, without further said and done, let's get right to it. I'm not keeping into account any of the NAD characters because of the fact that you want to actually do fast runs in Extreme Co-op. In Extreme Co-op, clear time matters the most, so you want to have your best unit ready to go and not have to waste time. So starting it off directly with the honorable mentions, the first one is 1000-year blower Uryu. Now, sure, he does have Frenzy with Havoc at 20% as well as a Berserker at 40%. However, his kit isn't really justified to have these kind of insane skills because of the fact that he was given range collision on just about every single one of his attacks. 40% mag, pushback attack, SA2 basically the same as Tokinada's second strong attack, 60% into 8%. It is a range collision vortex pushback attack, and then the third strong attack being the only good strong attack is 1200 radius. Now don't get me wrong, once you get the unit to SP 10, the SA1 will be able to pretty much do just about enough damage in terms of, well, killing off the mobs, but because it's so inconsistent compared to a 3000 length beam move, it's just not it, Chief. I'm gonna be real with you. And then up next we have Fierce Battle Aizen. Now he shares the exact same problem as Uryu, but it's a bit less this time around because only his first strong attack has range collision, while his second strong attack is a shield, and then his third strong attack is 1000 radius. And yeah, that's basically his attacks, and he also has the transformed state upon using the special, which is actually pretty nice. It is going to make the first strong attack a bit better, but it's still quite inconsistent. And also something to make note is that he doesn't have Havoc, which is a bit unfortunate. I mean, they never give mid-month units Havoc, which is stupid. Up next on the honorable mentions is Spirit Society Kain. Kain is pretty good. He does have Frenzy with Havoc and Berserker at 20%, which is pretty nice. The only reason why he did not make the top 5 is literally due to the fact that we have way better melee characters. Because, okay, so the first strong attack, 570 radius lunge, that's pretty good. Second strong attack, shockwave attack, very good, but it's not really the greatest for when it comes to killing off the smaller mobs. But it is incredible for when it comes to killing off the bosses in Extreme Co-op. And then the third strong attack is a charge SA3. Really, really good. Like, you can basically make a big use out of his kit. And then up next on the honorable mentions is TLA Soifun. Now, unfortunately, she does not have Havoc or Berserker, but she does have Frenzy with Long Stride to completely make up for it, so not only is she going to be able to dodge like a madman, but she'll be able to flash step like a madman because of the fact that she has 4 flash steps and the fact that she can increase the range and movement. But that being said, the kit isn't really up to par compared to most of the newer units because she has a 475 radius lunge on SA1, second strong attack is a 575 lunge as well on the SA2, and then the third strong attack is 1000 radius. She still does have a pretty good kit, but the kit is very outdated in my personal opinion. Now, if she had like per se the 800 radius in front of her, then it would definitely be nice, because I'm gonna be real here, having double lunges was pretty much more useful for when it came to the old guild quests and whatnot. So yeah, I'm sorry, but Soifon is just pretty much now Link, but she is still pretty damn good to play as regardless. And then last of the honorable mentions is Flyzen. Flyzen, he does not have a Havoc or Berserker, but his kit completely makes up for it because of the fact that he can boost on his second strong attack while having a godly SA1, which is a 750 radius lunge. 750 radius lunge is no joke because it covers a crap ton of radius with his strong attack to the point that it's, I would say, about a quarter off of being full screen, which is pretty insane. Second strong attack 525 radius, and then the third strong attack is 1000 radius. Why he's in the honorable mentions instead of the top 5 characters? Well, basically most of the characters that are on the list have Havoc with a higher Berserker, and some of them, even though they don't have Havoc, they have a Berserker and will be able to kill mobs faster that way. So yeah, that's basically the honorable mentions completely summed up, and now let's get on over to the top 5 best melee characters for Extreme Co-op. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that this Extreme Co-op does have hollow and no affiliation enemies, but don't keep into mind about the actual killer effect, because killer isn't boosted compared to IZ or Droplet Zone. So let's say you have a 5 out of 5 can't fear your own world Mayuri. Mayuri will still be able to excel perfectly well, as he doesn't really need killer to begin with. Just putting it out as an example. And anyways, at number 5, we have the Can't Fear Your Own World Halibel, and yeah, she basically shares the exact same kit as Flyzen. Only difference is that she has a 570 radius lunge on the SA1, but the skills she has is insane because she has Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, as well as the Berserker at 40%. This character was the very first unit to get Frenzy with Havoc with a 40% Berserker, which is saying a lot, and I'm glad that this character still holds up very nicely to this day now. That being said, in terms of clearing content fast, she will not be able to get the job done as, well, for starters, her second strong attack is a boost move, so yeah, elongated cooldown. And that being said, she also does give out barriers, so for the team, she is one of the better support units to bring about in the game, and it's just overall amazing. I still enjoy playing as this Halibel to this day for a lot of reasons. She is one of my favorite characters, one of my waifus, like, that's all I gotta say. And yeah, what can I say? I'm definitely glad that I'll be getting her 5 out of 5 soon. I just need to wait for that tech special move source, and it's done. So yeah, at number 4 of the melee characters, we have Fullbring Ichigo. Now, Ichigo does not have Havoc, but thanks to his resurrection alone, he managed to pick up Berserker as an actual skill. And keep in mind that with the strong attack damage plus 20%, he already has a 40% Berserker and was also given cooldown reduction on the secondary soul trait, making this dude insane. Very insane. He has the 475 radius lunge on SA1, 2500 length beam move on the SA2, and then the third strong attack is 1000 radius. This unit aged stupidly well. Now, that being said, his kit is not up to par with most of the newer units, but as a unit that came out and revolutionized the game, he aged well to the point that you guys can still use him to this day, and nobody will blacklist you, nobody will do anything, because that's just how good this character is. Like, he even has a very high spiritual pressure of 809, so getting this character and using him for Extreme Co-op and getting him transcended for that is a really good way to go about it. That being said, up next at number 3 is the Fierce Battle Grimmjow, which happens to, well, share the exact same kit as Fullbring Ichigo, but the strong attacks are swapped, and he has a much higher berserker because, for starters, he's got Frenzy. No Havoc, unfortunately, but look at what he has. Strong attack recharge time of minus 12%, a berserker of 40%. He also has a technique attribute, a Ronker strong attack damage plus 20%, so this skill is very good because it means that he can boost Can't Fear Your Own World, Stark, and Hallibell, and get their berserker increased up by an additional 20%, and look at this. Damage inflicted at full stamina 25%. If you keep Grimgel's health at 100% at all times, he basically has an 85% berserker. He's hitting harder than Noel. I'm not kidding, like, the amount of damage that this character can do will benefit you immensely for extreme co-op. The only sad thing is that he wasn't given the best possible kit, but is still perfectly good to use because he has the 2500 length beam move on the SA1. The SA2 is a 625 radius lunge, so it's not a 475 radius as Full Bring Ichigo, so it is going to be covering a bit more range, and then the third strong attack is 1000 radius. Very stupidly good character. I definitely do recommend using him, especially if you guys don't happen to have any other better melee characters. And now up next at number 2 is Gin and Izuru. Gin and Izuru, when they came out, they were pretty damn good. The only bad thing about this character is that he wasn't given Havoc. If he was given Havoc, he would have been legit the best deck unit that we pretty much have gotten today, but unfortunately that isn't the case. They're a no affiliation character with the Soul Reaper and Hollow Killer abilities, which is pretty nice, and he does come armed with Frenzy, Guard Break, and Berserker at 20%. Randomly was given Long Reach at 20%. I don't understand why, because he's not a NAD based character, but it is what it is. But that being said, his kit is pretty much perfect for a unit that doesn't have Havoc, because he has a 475 radius SA1, 800 radius AoE distant attack, and then the third strong attack is 1000 radius. You cannot go wrong with this character, and if you guys have him 5 out of 5, he's going to be your go-to for this coming extreme co-op. Like, there's nothing that I need to say about this character. Like, it's very good, and I'm glad that this character has been pretty much spammed in the actual recent banners, because I'm gonna be real with you guys, if you happen to have this unit, you have yourself a solid tech character, and getting this actual unit 2020 will be in your best interest, because you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone, because, well, you do need killers in Inheritance Trials. But anyways, this is Extreme Co-op, so going back onto the subject, at number 1 of the best melee characters, I have to give it to the 1000-year blower tech Yamamoto. Now, okay, no affiliation killer, but honestly speaking, you don't even need no affiliation killer to begin with in Extreme Co-op, even if it has no affiliation enemies, which is actually kind of funny. But anyways, this unit is a very splendid unit, and I still enjoy playing as this character to this day. One of my favorite tech characters. Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, Berserker at 20%, with damage to burning enemies plus 20%, and also comes with innate skills such as, well, having fire immunity, Emulator, which basically gives Yamamoto a chance to inflict burn against enemies without hitting them every 5 seconds. I believe it's a 30% chance of it being able to inflict burn. Correct me if I'm wrong, because I do not remember and read no affiliation dodges, which is basically only good for Transcendent Zone. But the kit this dude has is stupidly good. It's very damn amazing that a lot of people don't even manage to realize it, because for starters, okay, the SA1 is a lunge. Okay, I can understand why it would have been better if he had the 3000 length beam move. Second strong attack, 870 radius lunge. Okay, it's a lunge, and I can understand why, but guys, you guys have to keep this in mind that when you finish the animation, it also goes into a circular AoE distant attack. So this is not just a lunge. It's a lunge that goes into an AoE distant attack, allowing you to kill even more mobs and be able to clear through rooms fast as fuck. Like, that's the best possible way to to put about the second Straw attack. I think this is definitely one of the better second Straw attacks we have gotten in the game that is as close as the 960 radius AoE in front of him. And then the third Tron attack is 1200 radius. Very, very good character. There's nothing wrong with this unit at all whatsoever. I mean, okay, maybe I can kind of say that there's something wrong about the status element because I would have preferred the likes of freeze, paralysis, weakening, but I mean, it's Yamamoto. It's a burn character, so I'm not even gonna bother talking much. But yeah, those are the top 5 best melee characters, and now let us move on to the range characters, which, oh my god, since the last tech attribute video that I did, it got a major overhaul with all these new units that came into the game. It got completely changed. So coming in at number 5 is the Can't Fear Your Own World Stark. Yo, I used to have this character at number 2. Seriously. But this character, he aged alright. He has Frenzy with Havoc at 20%. Unfortunately, no Berserker because he did come out around the time where K-Lab were starting to implement the whole Havoc and Berserker meta, and they decided to pretty much start this off by just giving him Havoc, which was pretty good, don't get me wrong. The only bad thing about this character is the SA1, and even then, it's not a terrible SA1, like, it's just that it doesn't have the length. Like, it's a 690 width by 1500 length beam move. To give you an overall similarity, it's pretty much the same exact SA1 that the likes of the Speed Lisa and the Power Jushiro have, just to pretty much put it into perspective. And then the second Strong attack is 960 radius AoE in front of him, and then the third Strong attack is 1200 radius. Burn on everything. He's a pretty good character. He aged quite well, but I do feel like he should have gotten the standard 3000 length beam move, because I'm gonna be real here. Even Swimsuit Apache's 1200 by 1200 length beam move is a lot better than the 1500 length beam move, because it doesn't even have the width. That's the thing. Like, I can understand that it's there to take out multiple mobs that are in front, but if it doesn't even cover the width, then that's just not that crazy good, if I'm being honest. At number 4 is the Tech Rukia. This character aged very well. I do wish that she was still given Havoc, because this was when K-Lab decided to say, hey, let's not give mid-month units Havoc and just give them to end-of-the-month units, which just sucks, because at the end of the day, this character came out with a very splendid kit with very good skills like Frenzy, Sprint +1, Berserker at 20% with a strong attack recharge time of -14%. So not only is she a splendid character, but she is also a very splendid link for your best tech characters. And even then, her kit is nothing to scoff at. Like, she's got the 2500 length beam move, an 800 radius AoE in front of her, and then the third strong attack is 1000 radius full screen. I do think that this character has a way better kit than Gin and Izuru, and the only reason why Gin and Izuru gets away with being better than Rukia is literally because of the dual killers and having guard break. If it really weren't for that, Rukia would just be stupidly better than them, in my personal opinion. She is one of my favorite characters to play as for tech. And now up next at number 3 is, wait, hold on, Nini? Okay, look, guys, I'm gonna keep Nini at number 3 for various reasons, because sure, she has the Nullify ranged resistance. She has the Frenzy, Havoc, and Berserker skills. Especially with the fact that she has a Berserker at 60%, but the kit is very mediocre because she has a 40% mag pushback attack. Okay, that's fine. Fine. I get it. I know it has to be inconsistent and whatnot, but here is the problem. Second strong attack, same SA2 as 1000-year blower Uryu's. And it's even worse because, well, guess what? The second strong attack is a shield move. So you have to wait for a good 20 seconds to even use the second strong attack again, and you don't even get the chance to boost with this character, which is quite mediocre. And then her third strong attack is 1200 radius full screen. Now don't get me wrong, Nini is a fun character and whatnot. I know you can still get away with it for when it comes to extreme co-op because of the actual skill, but her kit just really isn't up to par with a lot of the other units, and the only reason why she's even at number 3 is literally because of the actual skill. If she didn't have this skill right here. Honestly, she'd be in the honorable mentions. I'm gonna be real with you guys. That's where she would be at. Or if not that, then at least at number 5. Anyways, number 2, it's Can't Fear Your Own World Mayuri. Mayuri, I'm glad that we finally got ourselves a very damn good Mayuri, because this Mayuri has it all. It's better than the 1000-Year Blower counterpart that we got in a good couple years ago, and he comes with Frenzy, Havoc at 20%, Guard Break, Berserker at 20%, Weakening on everything, Revival mechanic on the actual special. Okay, sure, he does have a Spider Killer, but you don't really need the killer at all. Like, if you can just build them up with SP 10 and then have the unit built up with Badge, Pill, and the Bait with 30% SP, the full bring Ichigo and the Stark Link, and then whatever Strong Attack Recharge Link that has like SP Transcended or even a Sinkamon Aizen Link, this character will shred through Extreme Co-op like as if it's nothing, because guess what? He's got God Kit, 3000 length beam move on the first, 960 radius in front of him, very good, and then the third Strong Attack is 1200 radius. You cannot go wrong with this character at all. He is the second best character that we have gotten in this game for technique, and the best tech unit to run for this type of extreme co-op is none other than Mayuri's Lieutenant Nemu, the Machine Society Nemu. Now unfortunately, she does not have Guard Break. So for when it comes to killing off multiple waves of mobs, there will be some enemies that have like per se ranged guard. But even then, it doesn't really matter because of the simple fact that she was given a stupid amount of skills where she has Frenzy with Havoc at 20%, Berserker at 20%, plus the Technique attribute, Soul Reaper Strong Attack damage plus 20%. This unit already has a 40% Berserker and is already going to be hitting harder than Mayuri just based off of the skills alone. Paralysis on everything with an increased status ailment chance against speed attribute hollows, and her third Strong Attack is a charged SA3. And her kit is marvelous. She has the 3000 length beam move, second Strong Attack 960 radius in front of her, and the third Strong Attack is exactly the same as Desert Society Rukia and the same as 5th Anniversary Ichigo, where it's in front of her. It has an 840 radius without the charge, and then upon fully charging it, it is 1080 radius. 1080 radius, which is stupidly good, and I'm glad that Nemu did get the justice that she needs and is by far the best tech character that we have gotten in the game, period. Now, it'll still take some time until we get the definitive technique unit that has a Sharpshooter or Marauder with Frenzy, Havoc, and a high Berserker, but until then, this character is just stupidly good to use. Like, there's no complaints, and this unit should be your go-to for extreme co-op, should you be running a ranged character, obviously. But that being said, this entire list will be completely undermined if you already have, per se, a max transcended character with either 500 SP or 1000 focus, because at the end of the day, if that character has Frenzy with either no Berserker or even like a 20% Berserker, like if you give him the Tension Tie, you'll be able to nuke the final boss room with ease through all the waves of mobs and get the job done very, very easily. So, yeah, just go with your best character, but these are the best units to run about if you guys are still lacking units that have Transcendence and whatnot. So, I mean, that basically ends the video. Now, whether I may stream Extreme Co-op, it really depends, but I'm not going to be streaming it on Sunday because of the fact that, well, daylight savings times is a thing now, and Extreme Co-op got pushed back for like an hour, and honestly, I can't be bothered to stream late for that. So, yeah, if you guys have actually enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. And also, in the description down below, there's also a link to join the Discord server and to follow me on Twitter. So if you guys want to do that, feel free to do so. this has been your boy the Death Smasher, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace out, lads.